If you want to win these two amazing sets of Arrtx Simtap Acrylic Paint Markers, then be sure to check out my latest video titled Arrtx Simtap Acrylic Paint Markers Giveaway Review. 2 lucky winners will have the opportunity to own both of these fantastic sets, and the winner's going to be announced on the 1st of December. Hey, hi, and welcome everyone. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, hey, I'm Jessica, and I hope that you guys are having a great day, night, or afternoon, wherever you guys are at in the world. Using the Arrtx Acrylic Simptap markers on a tote bag significantly differs from swatching them on paper or painting with them on a canvas. And in this video today, we'll test Arrtx Simptap markers specifically on a cotton tote bag and identify how they respond on a slightly rougher surface. As you've just seen, for this project I took the cotton tote bag and placed a wooden palette inside of it. Now this just provided a nice flat even surface for me to paint on. Additionally, I used some strong metal spring clips that I purchased from Ryman's here in the UK, and I'm going to leave all the links to everything that I'm utilising in this video in the description box down below. So I started this project by sketching a design that prominently features poppies to captivate and enhance the overall aesthetic I was initially going for. And I know red poppies are widely recognised as symbols of remembrance for fallen soldiers in wars and conflicts. However, they also symbolise hope for the future and eternal life, reminding us that our souls evolve beyond the human experience. So these flowers represent our enduring spirit. As a child, I actually used to plant these with my nana in her garden, and I've always been fascinated by these beautiful botanicals. I remember them growing along the sidewalks on the grass verges in the suburban area where I grew up, and today they've become a little bit more obsolete here in the UK, and they do grow in like more random areas like untouched regions between June and September. I've sketched the first of the poppies and now I'm erasing some of the heavier line work. Honestly, I was just improvising during this initial phase of the process. I originally planned to just draw one poppy at the centre of the tote, but after painting the first one I decided to add 2 more along with the additional bud and the leaves. I did have my doubts about how much paint one red marker could cover, which is why I initially intended to paint only one poppy. So technically I didn't start by sketching poppies, I started by sketching a poppy. I alternated between both identical reds from the upgraded Simptap marker sets. I found that when I worked with one marker for an extended period of time, it would start to buckle and dry out from being applied to the fabric. It dried out but it didn't run out. To avoid this, I would switch to the other red from the 48 set, and when the marker also began to dry out from that set, I would return to the identical red from the 36 set. So I'd shake it up and tap the valve of the marker, allowing me to continue painting, and this method just helped me maintain a steady process and ensured a consistent flow over time. Unfortunately, Arrtx does not sell the Simptap markers individually. This means that if you do run out of a specific Simptap marker, you'll have to purchase the entire set again. However, they do sell their markers individually from the 68 and the 60B sets. I just wish that they would do this for all of the Simptap marker sets as well. Fortunately, I did possess all 3 of the Simptap sets, and I only needed to utilise both of the reds from 2 of these sets anyway. I utilised both identical shades of red from the newer Simptap sets and did not require the additional matching red from the first Simptap set of 24 markers. However, I nearly depleted both shades of red eventually, as the design was extensive and necessitated significant coverage. The process involved applying multiple layers and reworking certain areas to ensure comprehensive coverage. It would be incredibly beneficial for artists to have the option to replace individual markers that have run out of paint, so this change would especially be helpful for artists on a budget and would provide them greater creative freedom. Implementing a marker replacement system would be a positive step towards supporting artists to feel from Arrtx. Like, why buy an entire set when you can just choose a specific marker that meets your needs? So I came to this realization after conducting the main review of the Simptap markers in that last video that I just mentioned at the beginning of the video, the one with the giveaway. And in the midst of painting this tote, I did come to the realization that damn, if you run out of one of these Simptap markers, you're going to need to buy a whole nother set just to get the one marker that you ran out of. So yeah, it's not good. During the production of the last video, I was unaware of the extensiveness of the paint markers until I utilised the dominant colour for this piece, which was the red. Overall, I was quite impressed with just how much paint I was able to apply from one marker, and I really focused on using both reds from these sets, and in doing so I was able to create a piece that I was overall very satisfied with. I I would actively rework the areas to ensure complete coverage of the cotton until all the porous parts of the tote bag were no longer exposed. When I first painted the first layer, you could still see the exposure of the pores of the white of the tote bag, which was not good, so I had to keep on layering and layering. So instantaneously, when the markers would make contact with the fabric would immediately absorb the paint, and as the markers would dry on the tote bag, this is where the pores became more apparent, and that's when I knew to go back over with another layer. It was helpful that the markers dried quite consistently, like they dried pretty quick. I was able to go straight back over the top of the first layer with another layer, and so on and so forth. But overall, I really enjoyed it, and for all that the pens would buckle now and again, it only meant that I had to just reshake them up and just rework them a little bit, and that was all there was to it. I can't tell whether these markers are specifically for that. Arrtx recommends that they can go on multiple surfaces, and for this I definitely think they worked out a treat for this tote bag. I didn't expect the coverage that I got, actually, which I was very impressed with. But overall, I would definitely use them again. And now that I've used them for like this first time, I really want to paint another tote bag. So you know that they're doing a good job when you want to do it again. I had so much fun with them. The paint pens were painting. They were doing a really good job. And it just required a little bit of patience. That was all that there was to it. What I will say is that the marker pens were a lot more smoother and glided a lot more consistently on a regular professional cotton canvas. Obviously, I'm working on a standard blank tote bag, and that was a very much different experience when it came to the touch of the surface. But other than that, it was just a matter of patience. So when I'm mentioning the touch of the surface, when the markers would make the connection with the tote bag, there'd be a slightly little bit of friction, and that's obviously because this material is a little bit different. It's not as smooth as a professional cotton canvas, and that's okay. We're DIYing, we're figuring things out, and I just think it was an experience in and of itself. It's something that I'd never done before. You know, when you try something new, you're going to have fun with it anyway. You don't go in with any expectations thinking that I'm going to achieve or create something perfect. You just want to create something that ends up looking overall good, or as to the best that it can be. Considering that it's also like a brush tip too, and I wasn't actually using like a thicker nib of a paint pen, then yeah, I'm obviously going to be impressed by that. Lastly, I advise against washing the tote in a washing machine. Since it's hand painted, proper care will help it last longer. While the acrylic markers are waterproof, I recommend cleaning any marks off of the tote with a warm damp cloth instead. And because I was so pleased with the results, I plan on putting this item in my shop on December the 1st, and that is when my online shop is going to be officially open, because it's been way overdue, folks. And in the meantime, folks, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of that jazz, because it really does help out this small area, this small little corner of YouTube that I got going on. Thank you to Arrtx for sponsoring today's video. Do be sure to stick around, because I do have another giveaway as well coming up soon. It's not Arrtx, it's something else that I've had in the works for a while. So until next time, guys, stay creative and bye for now.